Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today's video is kind of simple. It's just another little sketch video for my sketchbook. It actually did turn out pretty cool, so I decided to go ahead and edit all the footage and turn it into a little sketch with me and chat type video. I'm sorry for the sideways view. I originally filmed it vertically because I thought I was just gonna do like a short reel or something with it, but I really liked the footage and I really liked how all the details turned out, so I wanted to make it something a little bit longer. So here we go. Um, this video is sort of the result of me trying to override my recent art block, I guess you could call it. Um, my art block doesn't happen where it's like I have nothing to draw or no ideas or anything like that. Mine actually is kind of the opposite. Usually what happens to me is I overthink everything. I have 1,000 ideas and I don't like any of the ones that I choose, or I start working on it and then I hate it, or I start comparing myself to others, or I start thinking, oh, I've done this too many times, or it's just a lot of overthinking. And so last night I just decided to pick up a pencil, start sketching. I just wanted to paint something really quick, and obviously my first inclination is towards portraiture, so I just found a reference photo of, a girl and that I liked, and I decided I would just draw it. And then I wanted to use watercolor, so I used to do my watercolor sketchbook. This is a Paul Rubens 100% cotton hot pressed watercolor paper sketchbook. It's a small one. I think it's like a 5x7 size, and I really, really do like this paper a lot. But I sketched it out first just with a regular old #2 pencil, HB pencil, and then I used my kneaded eraser and erased some of the harder lines so that it wouldn't show through too much with my watercolor, just enough for me to see the reference behind it. And then when I use watercolor, I'm sure that like I'm not doing it correctly. I don't think I ever took any watercolor courses when I was in school, art school. I think all my courses were basically just uh, like technical drawing, and I think I had a couple of painting courses, but I don't remember ever taking a watercolor course. So basically, I've kind of like figured it out on my own just by playing with it. I still struggle sometimes with overworking my watercolor paintings, but um, I am doing my best to try to sort of let the paint do what it wants to do and not go back in and try to overwork it too much. Um, as long as I can get a nice technical stroke down the first time I set down the paint, I am focusing on trying to do that and then just let it do what it's going to do. Because I do really like the way that watercolor spreads. I really like, the different sort of abstractions that you get with the paint when it just sort of melts into each other itself, and the colors meld into each other. Um, and then, that's kind of how it is. So I usually just try to block down different shapes of shadow and color, and then sort of layer them on top of each other after they dry. And yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I also really want to play more with like multimedia with my watercolor. So I like to use this watercolor as like sort of the background for a color pencil drawing, because with colored pencil, obviously there's a lot of like white paper that will show through sometimes. It's hard to get it totally smooth, especially without burnishing and using tons and tons of pencil and lots of time. And that's its own thing, and that's fine if that's what I was going for, which I've done plenty of in my day. But I really do like setting down a first layer of like either watercolor or marker, or some other sort of medium that I can use that the paper texture still shows through, that I can draw on top of. So that's what I planned on from the beginning here. So I'm not getting super detailed with my watercolor, although, after a few minutes I can tell that I'm doing a little more detail than I meant to, but it is what it is. Again, it's fine. So I put down the colors. Sorry again for this view. I know that this is I turn my paper around too much while I'm recording, and so it's really difficult for me to get a good angle, and I don't pay attention enough while I'm doing it because of course I'm in my art zone. So I don't realize that half of my paper is out of the view right now. So I apologize for that again, but it'll come back. So I just started painting this girl, and then as I was going, I sort of realized that I didn't just want it to be like a random portrait. I wanted it to be something a little bit different. I wanted to add some more like whimsy to it. And as I go, you'll see in a little bit that I sort of turn her into an elf, um, maybe a pixie, I'm not sure, some kind of a fae with pointed ears. I'm not exactly sure who she is or who she's supposed to be, or, you know, she doesn't have a backstory or anything like that. But I know that lots of you people here on social medias are very creative and know a lot about the fae or mythical creatures or goddesses, etc. And so I'm hoping that somebody can tell me who they think she is. So if you have any ideas who you think she is, please drop me a comment, let me know. I'm not sure what to title this. It's also just a sketch in my sketchbook, but I do really, really love the way this turned out. It turned out to look like a very finished, like final painting, and I'm actually thinking about getting prints made. Even my husband was like, "Ooh, can we hang that up?" And I was like, "It's pretty small." So I think I might get some prints made. So look out for that if you're interested in ordering a print of this. I will look into getting those done and put them up on my web shop, on my website, amberdangeloart.com. So if you want to check me out, you can look there. I do have a lot of my artwork listed for sale, a lot of other items that I hand make, crafty type stuff, and you know, obviously a lot of my custom made custom paintings, a lot of also commission information if you're interested in like customized portraits or anything else that you would like to commission me for. There's a general guideline of pricing on the website as well. It's just a general guideline though, and you know, always if you reach out to me, let me know if you're interested in something. I can definitely work with you. And back to this painting picture. So here I am layering on the colored pencil. You can see just using it to sort of shape some of the more sharper details and blend in some of those areas that needed a little bit more smoothing out, adding a little bit of extra color. I really love with watercolor exaggerating the color tones in the lighting, you know, adding these bright pinks and purples and yellows and stuff really help me to see those more dramatic shadows and highlights. And it's just something aesthetically that I love to look at, and so it's moved into my own artwork and the way that I draw. It's just visually appealing to me. I am also realizing that I am much more of an illustrator than I ever thought, which is funny because like I went to school for illustrations at first, but I never really thought of myself as being that great at illustration. But I do think that it's sort of where my aesthetic falls, is in that illustrative sort of style. I do really obviously love like realism as well and surrealism as well, but I think this sort of illustrative style of art is kind of where my comfort zone lies. Like it's turning into one of my favorite ways to draw and paint, and you know, all these different types of mediums that I use. So as you can see, I'm going in here with a white gel pen. I used a little bit of a fine liner, black fine liner, to do some of those outlines. And then here's where I decided that I wanted to change her into an elf. So I started moving with her hair, and I was like, ooh, she would look really cute with pointed ears. So I went in then with some gouache as well to cover up some of those lines and to shape out that pointed ear, which turned out really well. So this is what I love so much about mixed media is, you know, if I was just using the watercolor, there's no way I could have done that. I couldn't have put those details in. I couldn't have covered up that spot with the ear. Would have just had to stay where it was, or just would have messed it up. And then with the white gouache, I can go in and add some other little fun details. Like here I am just like filling in some little decorative aspects in the background with some lines and dots and stuff. And then I can go in and add some more highlights and bright colors with the skin tones and all that stuff as well. And then I thought she needed some more details. So after I did all this, I also went in with another gel pen. I have a metallic silver gel pen that I decided to use. I thought about gold, but I liked the silver tones a lot better with this particular painting. And then I just sort of put in some little decorative like leaf designs and some little sort of like botanical elements. So it gives her more of like a forest fae type vibe, I think. I mean, that's just my opinion again. I don't know who she is. I didn't have an idea for her in the beginning when I first started this painting. I just kind of wanted to go in and start doing something. Again, I've been having this art block that's just getting to me lately. And so I decided I was just going to draw something and paint something and not care about what the end result was going to be, not think about what it was going to turn into, not think about what it was going to become, not have a plan for it. I just sort of started drawing a face, and then it sort of evolved from there, and this is what it became. So I do, again, really like this painting a lot. I think she's super pretty, and I would like to give her a name or assign to her an identity. If that is something that you can help me with, I would appreciate it. Let me know if you guys like this video. If you guys have anything else that you think that I should draw in the future, that would help me out with my future art block ideas. I hope you really enjoyed this. Here she is finished peeling off the tape. Always super satisfying. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.